It is, in fact, that time, ladies and gentlemen. WWE 2K23 has officially been announced. It is coming out, and I got some thoughts. Those thoughts primarily being, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like I just don't have it in me to sit here and rage about wrestling video games anymore. I don't know, maybe I'm growing up. Call me a sellout, call me old. I don't know, it's just not in me anymore. I think maybe it's the fact that just I know that it won't do any good. 2K is a company that doesn't listen, they don't care, and they never will. Scorching hot take, I know. Absolutely groundbreaking news. Not like anybody knows this stuff or anything. And this is also what I'm getting at. Like, I feel like I'm just rehashing myself at this point. I've basically become a meme within the wrestling community. If anybody here likes Marvel, you probably know, like, High Top Films, and he made that really controversial video, Why Spider-Man Homecoming is a Bad Spider-Man Movie, years ago. I feel like that's literally me. I'm the one saying why WWE 2K is a bad wrestling game. I'm essentially notorious for being the WWE 2K hater. You look at any of my most popular videos, they're all 2K videos. And on my old channel that got deleted, I made that really popular video, why 2K needs to stop making WWE video games. It had like over 400,000 views, I think. I've seemed to have built up a bit of a reputation within the community, and when people are fed up with 2K, I guess I'm the guy that they retreat back to. My point is that I've pretty much already said everything I've ever wanted to say about 2K, so there's not really much left for me to actually say. However, I do like to think that I am a constructive hater, and I will die on this hill. I'll never leave you with just, this fucking sucks. I'll always give my opinion on how I think they can improve. Because at the end of the day, that's really all I want. I just want wrestling games to be fucking awesome again. And if you watched my WWE 2K22 review, you'll know that I actually said I thought it was a decent game. I didn't think it was anything special. It was nothing to write home about, but for 2K standards, it was pretty good. My Rise was like, okay, but at the end of the day, it was still kind of mid. GM mode fucking sucked. And who actually played my faction, bro? Come on. That's what I'm saying. The people saying 2K22 was generational. It really wasn't. I got bored of WWE 2K22 pretty quick. Like, I haven't touched it in a while, and longevity is definitely still an issue. And that's my point. Like, we need more classic wrestling video games. And to the people that are like, oh, WWE 2K19's a classic. No, it fucking isn't. Who in 2023 is still playing it? Nobody. That's my point. The definition of a classic video game is a video game that outlives its prime life cycle. Even once there are newer and more updated games to play, people will keep coming back to a classic because it's that good. Like SmackDown Here Comes the Pain on paper should have no relevance in 2023. It's old, the roster is outdated as fuck, the graphics look like it came from 20 years ago. It's a 20-year-old game. There's no reason it should be relevant in 2023. But it is, because that game was generational and it is a bona fide fucking classic. People still own and have a set-up PlayStation 2 in their house just to play that game in 2023. Now tell me, which WWE 2K game does that? Please tell me. I will sit here and wait until you can tell me which one of the 2K games people clamor for and come back to. I'm going to go ahead and stop you right there, Chief, because we'll be sitting here all day. None of them do. Because the 2K games are throwaways and completely replaceable with one another. The second the new 2K game comes out, the current one that you're playing dies. Gone. With the wind. People uninstall it and never come back. The last time we genuinely had a classic wrestling video game was WWE 2K14, which I don't even count as a 2K game. Create a Story alone was a reason to come back to that game for years upon years, and people still do come back to it, just for that mode alone. I've never seen someone like, oh man, I've got the biggest urge to like play WWE 2K17 today, man. Oh, miss that game, man. Those were the days. No, because why would you play WWE 2K17 when you could play WWE 2K18? Oh, wait a minute. Why would you play that when you could play 2K19 or 2K22? Do you see what I'm getting at? Identity in the games is gone. It's lost. And even though WWE 2K22 felt like the first one to break away from the rest of the franchise and actually kind of feel like its own thing, there's still nothing about it that would make me want to come back to it once WWE 2K23 comes out. These games are here today and gone tomorrow, and we need to change that. But how do we change that? I've been saying this for a while now. You need more development time for these games. And this is exactly why I am making this video today. WWE 2K23 is coming out in like 2 months. It's coming out in March. Just about 1 year after WWE 2K22 came out. I'm a broken record. You all know what this means, right? It means we're getting WWE 2K22 Part 2. I was really hoping that 2K would learn from their experience of taking 2 years to make WWE 2K22 and be like, yeah, you know what? We actually made a lot of progress this time. Let's do it again. But no, we can't do that. We 2K, we like money every year. If you must do it every year, then at least do what Call of Duty does. COD drops a game literally every single year, but even they know it would be crazy to have the same developer just keep working on new games every single fucking year, which is why they have 3 developers. They have Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer all working on their respective Call of Duties every single year, and they trade off turns 1, 2, 3 of releasing their Call of Duties, so then each one of them has like 2 years to develop their game. The difference with 2K is they just have visual concepts. For the longest time, they would just have Ukes push out games year after year after year after year, and now Visual Concepts is under that pressure. How do you expect them to create a unique game? How do you expect it to be different from the previous year? You could have 1,000,002 great and creative ideas of things that you want to bring into a new wrestling game, but if you don't have the time to cook that shit, it's not going to work. Either you won't have time to make it and it won't even make it into the game, and if it does make it into the game, it's gonna suck. WWE 2K22 GM mode. What happened, bro? I rest my case. Either release these goddamn games every other year, or you need more developers. If you guys hired a second development team, so then Visual Concepts could make one 2K game one year, and then the second development team could make the 2K game for the next year, you guys would be golden. Not only would it give both development teams the time that they deserve to make the games they want to make, but it would also add variety. I'm sure they'd be similar enough to the point where it's like, yeah, this is a 2K game, but you could say, oh, this is a Visual Concepts year, or this is a blah blah year. I'm sure it would be fun to compare and contrast and see each other compete for which one is the better developer. And it would be a fair assessment because they both have 2 years to make their games. It would give the developers more time to make their games. It would allow 2K to push the games out every single year like they want, and it would add variety for the fans. Everybody wins. And don't tell me that this isn't possible. If WWE really wanted to, they could pay 2 development teams. Between the TV deals that they got and that lucrative Saudi deal, they're more profitable than ever. They can afford this shit. It's just a matter of, do they care? And we already know that 2K doesn't. So is it likely that this would ever actually happen? No. But a man can dream, right? You know, man, one of these days I'm just gonna stand up on a podium on some Martin Luther King shit and be like, I have a dream that one day 2K will no longer judge their games based on the frequency of their release date, but the content of their character, because that's what we need. Oh, man, I've lost hope. I really don't think 2K's ever going to get out of the hole. I feel like they're always just going to keep releasing them every single year, and we're just going to keep getting mid-games. I don't know. I will say this. I think it's really cool that they're actually doing something different with Showcase this year, and you're playing as John Cena's opponents instead of him. It's almost like Beat the Streak mode from WWE 2K14, where you had to beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania, except now you gotta defeat Super Cena. You see, now that's different. It might actually get me to play the Showcase mode this year, and I give kudos to you for that. But it still could be better. There's still a lot of things they could do better. I just don't think we'll ever see the day where they will get better, though. So, yeah, that's it. If you like the idea, or you have any ideas yourself of how 2K can improve the games, don't forget to drop it down in the comments. I read all of them. And that's really it. This has been your boy, Johnny fucking Moxley, and I am out.